Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
I was waiting for you.
In the little world there.
I was there thinking, I'm sure that you haven't realised that we've gone live.
No, but I'm sorry. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Woohoo!
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's just a normal Friday, though, isn't it?
It's just a normal Friday today.
Normal Friday today. So no different to Friday, except for we're back, and even more so, Sarah's back. Because you went somewhere last week, didn't you?
I did.
So,
I went to Florida.
Went to Florida. Well, you went to Florida over the weekend, didn't you?
For the weekend.
For the weekend. So, I mean, that was something you've never done before anyway, was it? And how was it? So how was it, just very briefly, going to Florida, because you went Friday, Saturday, and you flew back on Sunday, didn't you?
We flew out Friday morning at 10:10, and then we flew back at 8:05 in the evening on Sunday. So we had one full day.
Yeah.
And one almost full day.
Yeah.
And an evening.
So it was you and Evangeline, wasn't it?
Yes,
our daughter.
our daughter, yes.
Yeah, I was left here, wasn't I?
Yes, working hard to pay for our Florida addiction.
Okay. So would you, obviously, just cost to one side,
yeah.
Would you say to people, you can, I know it sounds stupid, you can do it in a weekend?
You can do it in a weekend.
Yeah.
You can do it in a weekend. I wouldn't advise it for people who haven't been to Florida before or who want to do all the theme parks and things. It's too much. But if you want a little break away.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And the jet lag never kicked in because
I was about to ask you.
We never adjusted to Florida time, so there was no jet lag.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that, and I must admit, when you came back, you were tired just because of the rubbish sleep on the plane.
I was just tired because it was an overnight flight, and I don't sleep on planes. But
literally, your sleep pattern has been exactly the same, hasn't it? I.e., rubbish.
Yeah, normally it takes me at least 5 days when I get back to readjust the sleep pattern. Absolutely not this time. No jet lag whatsoever. It's a win-win.
Would you do an extra day or something?
I would, but you don't need to.
Yeah, okay.
I'd do many extra days in Florida. Any extra day in Florida is a good day.
I mean, and obviously this is kind of down to each individual, but for you, how many days could you do until jet lag kicked in, do you think?
I think for me, it would be between 4 and 5 days because it takes me about that long to adjust to Florida time. So normally I wake up at about 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
When we land in Florida, and it takes me about 4 or 5 days to get out of that completely, and then I'm okay again.
Okay.
So because I never adjusted to that,
I
was up at like 5 in the morning. Well, awake at 5 in the morning. It works in the benefit of doing theme parks for us because I could be awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, leave the hotel at 6 in the morning to get for a breakfast reservation at Disney, have a leisurely breakfast, and then go to a theme park for rope drop at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, fantastic.
Perfect.
Okay, that
makes the most of the day. And then, like this Saturday, we were on the go from 8 in the morning till 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
Because then we were tired.
Okay, so that was kind of like going there and
I got pictures.
Being there. But what was the reason? What was the actual reason of being in Florida for the weekend then?
So I became a member of D23, which is the Disney fan club.
Yeah.
For a variety of different reasons. I want to attend one day the expo. There, so just various different things.
So what is D23?
It's just said it's the Disney fan club.
It's just the Disney fan club.
Yeah.
But aren't there many of them?
No, there's only one genuine official fan
you see,
club.
that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
See. So it's a Disney run, proper Disney run fan club.
Yeah, owned by Disney. You can be a free member.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay. I'm a gold member, which means I get slightly cheaper entrance to events.
Okay.
And first go at the events.
Right.
So this was a D23 event.
Yeah. So it was limited numbers.
Limited numbers. I think they said between 250 and 500 people.
Oh, wow. That is limited then,
which
isn't
is
it?
very limited.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Did you cover how much this one costs later in?
No, because I've blanked it from my memory. I can't remember how much it is.
It wasn't that horrendous though, was it?
I think it was about $49.
So for the event itself, it was roughly $49.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to get there, which, you know, if you live in Florida and you just down the road, not a problem.
Winnie.
But obviously we have to pay flights, and this time, even though we're DVC members, we couldn't use any points because of how many reviews last time, etc.
Yeah.
So we actually have to pay for a hotel as well, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you go? Where do you cover any of the hotel in what we're about to talk to about?
Not really.
Not
I don't
really.
think. Is it on the next slide?
Let's have a look, shall we?
Is there a hotel on there? Yes, there is a hotel on there.
Let me put my glasses on.
Yes, there is a hotel on there. I can see. So yes, because we're DVC members, we normally stay at Disney property. But this time, just it's too complicated to go into. But I hadn't got enough points, so we stayed at the Rosen Inn, Lake Buena Vista.
Right.
Which is James can wiggle something about over it.
Hold on. It's all disappeared. So where did we stay? There. Thank you. Just up there.
Just up there.
Yeah.
So we stayed there.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 nights. I think it was $160.
Which wasn't
for the 2 nights.
For the 2 nights. And you stayed there before, haven't you?
Yeah. It's quite dated.
Yeah.
But it's clean, and it's about 2 miles from Disney Springs.
Right. Okay.
So, in terms of, because obviously we didn't have a hire car, in terms of getting Ubers or lifts, it's actually really, really convenient and not that expensive to get about. They do run a shuttle bus from there, but only at set times, and it doesn't always suit me.
And it's a good Disney good neighbourhood?
It's a Disney good neighbour hotel.
Does that give it any advantages? Is it the shuttle bus or something?
I don't know what advantages it gives, but it's a Disney good neighbour hotel.
Okay, but the hotel itself also had like a little mini market.
Yeah, mini market, a little bar, restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's okay as a base. I wouldn't want to stay there for a fortnight.
Yeah.
But it's okay as a base.
Okay.
So, and then when we'd landed at night, in the afternoon, we got a Lyft. That's LYFT.
Yeah.
Equivalent to Uber. Tends to be slightly cheaper than Uber. From the airport, so easy. It was about $33, and then you had a tip on.
Yeah.
So it came to about $40. Took half an hour.
Yeah. What's the Express or something? There's another way.
Disney have stopped doing the Magic Express now. So you've either got to get the Mia's Express and pay.
Okay, yeah.
Or there is the Sunshine Flyer.
That's the one, yeah.
But cost-wise, it was very similar to go via an Uber or Lyft instead. So we just did that because it's a private thing.
Yeah, all right, quick shout out.
Yeah.
Hello, Oscar's Airtime.
Hi, Oscar's Airtime.
Hello. Great to have you on. Okay, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why you went for the weekend, isn't it?
Yes.
There was a specific reason for going.
Yes, so this is the D23 preview.
Yeah.
We had to be at the Ticket and Transportation Centre for 5 o'clock.
In the morning?
No, in the evening.
Yeah.
And they said we couldn't ride Tron until 6:30.
Okay.
And we got there and they said, you're all good. As soon as you checked in, you can go and ride it as much as you want.
Fantastic.
So they gave us this little bracelet. This is our credential for getting into the park. So your entrance fee covered your park admission as well.
So I think that's something that is really good. So your $50 or $60.
There we go. Lighty up.
Your $50 or $60 that you pay for this ticket to go ride Tron actually got you into the Magic Kingdom in its entirety as well. That's, for Disney, that's incredible.
Yes, so the event was supposed to be from 6:30 until 8:30.
Yeah.
And then from 8:30, you were free to do what you want. And that night, the Magic Kingdom was open till 11.
Excellent.
So it was a good deal.
So it's not bad at all,
picked up the not free credentials, but the credentials and made a way in.
Excellent stuff. So we're going to go on to the next slide, because obviously...
Do you want me to tell you a bit about the ride?
Yeah, yes. Oh, before I go on to the next slide.
Yeah, tell you a bit about the ride.
Go on then.
So the ride is manufactured by Vekoma.
Yeah.
Who also manufactured the Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yeah. Do you know if there's any rides in the UK that they've manufactured?
There definitely is. Please, somebody in the comments.
And because you saying that, I just thought, oh, I wonder which rides.
Yeah,
in the UK.
there definitely is something.
So
in the
who's
UK.
the manufacturer?
Vekoma.
Vekoma, right.
And they also manufacture Big Thunder Mountain. I only know manufacturers of Disney rides. I can't help you with other rides.
Well, there's a chance for everybody watching.
Yeah.
Let us know who Vekoma, not who they are, but what in the UK they've manufactured as well, please.
It is a 2-minute ride.
Yeah.
A
2-minute
ride.
5 years in the making.
5 years in the making. I was going to tell you something else then. Oh, 59-point-something miles per hour.
Yeah.
Which makes it, together with Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's also a very similar speed.
Yeah.
The fastest coaster on Disney property.
See, now that's important, isn't it? Because I said, what about Test Track?
Test Track is faster. Test Track goes to 65 miles an hour, but Test Track is not a coaster.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah.
So Test Track could not claim for a coaster credit, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not a coaster.
Right.
So this is the fastest ride on Disney property.
Excellent. Okay. Are we moving on?
Yeah, move on. It's got a 48-inch height requirement.
Yeah.
So outside the ride itself is a test seat. You can see me there wanging about on it. To make sure you can fit. Now, it's got similar restraints to Flights of Passage in Animal Kingdom. But the thing that is not helping people to ride is that it has a calf restraint.
Right, okay.
So there's a bar that comes down over your calf.
Yeah.
That needs to lock into place.
Yeah.
The back restraint is very movable, it's very flexible, but it's the calf restraint.
Yeah.
So if you've got big calves, if you've been doing leg day, then you might have difficulty fitting on the ride. So
there's been a lot of complaints, hasn't there, about
we
that
found the best thing to do was to sit on the motorbike and push your feet back so that the restraint fits over the slimmest bit of your leg.
Okay, yeah.
If you can't fit on the ride or you can't climb over or any reason whatsoever, they do have an accessible car, which is just you sit completely upright and there's a lap belt that comes over. Even within our limited time of riding it, there was a huge demand for that car.
Yeah.
So every time we went round, there were at least 8 to 10 people waiting to use that car.
Okay.
So this ride is obviously... It was built, it's almost a cookie cutter copy of the one in Shanghai.
Yeah.
Which was built for Chinese people who are a different body type, a different height, a different build.
Yeah. Okay. Lots of people getting on it though, aren't there?
Lots of people are getting on it. I saw some very large people getting on it.
Yeah.
The test seat is outside. Give it a try. There are cast members out there to help you.
Force it down.
Yeah. When we did go on it, well, I'll come to that in a minute actually, but they have a slightly different loading system than I've seen before.
Yeah.
In that this one, so you go on in a 2 obviously, and one of you goes straight onto the ride, and the second person actually has to cross the track and climb on from the other side.
Okay.
But it was absolutely not a problem. It was really obvious, really easy to do. There's a little platform that pops up that covers the track, and you just cross in between there. It's quite exciting
crossing the track though, isn't it?
You cross in between there and just get on there. Our daughter, who has been a ride operator at Alton Towers, was thinking, oh my God, this is so worrying. It's so panicking. You can't cross the track. But actually, it was really good. It was really easy and completely easy to understand.
Excellent. Right, hold on. Before we move on. Vekoma rides in the UK from Oscar's Airtime. We have The Walking Dead at Thorpe Park, Infusion at Pleasure Beach, Millennium, Fantasy Island, and Odyssey at Fantasy Island are a few. Yeah. And I think Paulton's Park have a few as well. So there we go. Thank you, Oscar's Airtime.
Thank you, Oscar's Airtime. I knew there were some in the UK. I just couldn't think which to do.
Yeah, it's great, that is.
Yeah. So yeah. What was I going to say about the Walt Disney?
Well, you're on about crossing the track. You're on about it's dead easy. Comes up.
Bags have to be left in a locker.
Yeah.
They are free. They are double-sided like the ones at Universal for Velocicoaster if you've used those. So you put your bags in the locker, shut the locker. You can either lock it with a magic band or a key, If you haven't got either of those, they will give you an RFID card to lock it with. I had a problem with the last time I rode with the locker. The Magic Band just wouldn't work, so I ended up with one of the cards, and it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You're allowed to take on a small item, so they have little storage flaps at the front of the bike. You can put your phone in there or anything that size. They are padded, so don't worry about your phone. Your phone will be absolutely fine. They are padded. Yeah. And they are very secure.
Yeah, so they're not going to fly out, are they?
The first time I rode Tron, I was so excited. I left my phone in the pocket and then almost caused an e-stop because I went running back down going, my phone!
How many people are going to get off a ride and not think, my phone?
Yes.
Welcome, Dave's Adventures.
Hi, Dave's Adventures. You are allowed to film on the ride.
Yeah.
But it has to be, for this ride, it has to be a chest-mounted GoPro. They will not allow anything else. I asked them.
Wrist-mounted or anything?
Use wrist-mounted? No, it has to be a chest-mounted GoPro.
Okay.
You are allowed to film on it.
Yeah.
There is, or there will be, on-ride video.
Yeah.
And on-ride photos. That wasn't working when we went, so we didn't get that.
Right.
Okay. The GoPro thing, I'm not very au fait with using the chest GoPro, so the footage I've got was not great because you're leaning over, so the camera's not at a great angle anyway. But just so you're aware, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Super awesome launch. As I say, it's 59 point something mile an hour. The first time we rode it, the back restraints, because they are flexible and move, I didn't think the back restraint was in properly because I slightly moved and the back restraint moved, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That was a nervous thing.
I was like, I'm not in, I'm not strapped in. It's meant to do that. It's so that you can adjust your position in the seat, so you can ride it in a number of ways. You can ride it straight flat over like you're riding a really fast motorbike. You can sit more upright if you want to.
Like a chopper from House Angels.
You can change your position in between if you want to. So I was also, she'd start off riding it like that. Then by the third ride, she was like hands in the air. You do get quite a lot of airtime with the flexibility of the back restraints.
Yeah.
If you choose not to hold a bit, and you don't have to, you do get quite a bit of airtime.
So you're completely secure, and
completely
obviously you can either choose to lean forward, hold on to the bike, or just kind of sit back slightly and just do a normal coaster style. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. If you want to do no hands, no hands.
You were saying that for people like who get motion sickness, such as me. You were thinking that actually the inside part is probably the worst, and at that point, rather than leaning forward, you reckon sit back
upright.
Yeah.
Leaning over made more motion. Made me feel a little bit more motion sick. The inside, because obviously all you see is mostly the outside. That's the iconic bit of the ride.
Yeah.
You do go inside because the story is that you're chasing Team Orange.
Yeah.
You've got to get through these energy gates.
Yeah.
So that's the inside bit. I've lost my train of thought completely now.
You're on about the story, about Team Orange, that you're racing Team Orange on there.
I've lost the track completely.
That's okay. Because we've got a question again. Rounds of Ventures is just saying, can you just go over the leg restraints again?
Yeah. So they're like flights of passage. You've got the back restraint that locks you in on the back, but you have another restraint that goes over your calf.
Yeah.
You pull down the handlebars, and that brings the restraint down over the calf.
Yeah.
The calf restraint is the one that needs
that's catching people
needs to lock in place, and that's the one that's causing problems, because if you're very tall, it can cause you a problem. If you're a certain body shape, it can cause you a problem. Like I say, I saw a lot of larger people riding the motorbikes.
Yeah.
Riding them. So we were saying that the best thing to do is to slide your foot either forward or backwards in the restraint to get the restraint on the skinniest part of your calf.
Yeah. Okay.
Ideally missing it completely.
Yeah, fair enough.
I haven't got small calves, and I got on. I was worried about it, and I got on fine.
Dave's Adventures say that Kaz is watching this on the TV. Kaz, we're a massive fan, aren't we?
A massive screen.
That's pretty hardcore watching this on the TV. I'd watch this on the phone.
In terms of ride position. So we were really, really lucky on this day. Like I say, there's only 250 to 500 people there. So we got there for about 5:30, actually, to Tron, and we managed to ride it 6 times.
Yeah.
Any more, I think I would have been sick.
Yeah.
But we managed to ride it 6 times. So we tried every possible combination of seats that we could. We did front row, we did middle row, we did back row. We didn't sit in the accessible seats, only because there were people waiting for them, and I didn't feel it was fair.
No,
because we
no
don't
need
the
is this. If
accessible
there was
seats.
no one there, great, try it out. But if there's a queue and people are waiting,
the accessible seats are not on every train.
Oh right, okay.
So if you do have to sit in the accessible seats, it's not every train that's got them. So you will have a longer wait.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that they've got the accessible seats, because if you can't get on Flight of Passage, well, you can't get on Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
But at least with this one, there is an option. We didn't feel that there was much of a ride difference between anywhere you sat. Anywhere you sat was a good ride.
Now there has been talk that car number 4, because
there was a woman. She was obsessed with. She was obsessed with row 4.
But you know what? I think, because I've seen this elsewhere, I think that she's got it from YouTube and whatever. Because there's lots of people that have done it going on about row 4.
She was obsessed with row 4. So we started off and we went front row because there was no queue. So we were like, well, we'll do front row. Front row was amazing. I'm not going to lie. You get the best view of the launch and things. But having said that, the further back you sit, particularly when you're on the inside part of the coaster, the more you see the effects. So when you sat at the front row, there are certain effects where you're almost, the story is that you're dueling the orange team, you're racing the orange team.
Yeah.
So there are effects where you are going down the coaster and there's a mirror next to you, and in the mirror, it's actually you, but the mirror shows the orange wheels, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You can't see that at the front.
Yeah.
But you can see it the further back you sit.
Oh, okay.
So you get way more effects. You can see way more effects sitting further to the back.
Because there's no wheels to see, etc. at the front, is there?
In the front.
Yeah.
So I genuinely don't think there is bad riding position.
No, so quick swap.
Yeah.
Data Venture says, what's Flight of Passage? So I've quickly said it's a simulator ride based on the Avatar film.
Yeah.
But it's also one of the best rides at
Disney.
It is.
Tron comes a very close second for me.
Yeah.
Flight
Guardians
of Passage.
of the Galaxy.
Guardians is number 3.
Ah, okay.
Only because it makes me a little bit sicky. Flights of Passage is my number 1 attraction in Disney because you fly on the back of a Banshee.
Yeah.
You sit on effectively, it's like a motorbike.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to simulate, you're supposed to join up and become one of the avatars, and you join up with this Banshee and you sit on it and it breathes.
Yeah.
It physically moves. The leg restraints physically move in and out like it's a Banshee breathing. You've got 3D glasses, so it is a motion simulator, but they pump in the smells, you get water spray. For me, it is the closest thing you could possibly get to flying.
It's a stunning ride.
It is absolutely
and
immense.
I suffer now a lot from motion sickness, but even I can get on that ride.
Yeah.
But if you like your technology behind a ride as well, just look to the side of you and see the actual ride machines. They are simply stunning.
Yeah.
Because there's row after row of people, and
row
these
after
are
row after
so
row after
in
row.
sync, massive machines just doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So if you are fortunate enough to get there and you go on it, just for a couple of seconds, look to the left, look to the right, and see the actual structure.
Yeah.
Just stunning.
I'm not invested in Avatar as an IP. I genuinely
No, I am. But
I'm
it's
not
such
fussed
a
about
great
Avatar,
ride,
but
isn't it?
it is an amazing
Fantastic
ride,
ride.
and it is my number 1. Tron is now my number 2.
Yeah, fantastic ride.
Yeah.
Right, so I've just moved on.
Just to show you that the canopy, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, is made up of like little hexagons. They're like little code.
So that canopy has
symbols.
been around for a few years,
That
hasn't
canopy's
it?
been there forever.
If you've seen anything about Magic Kingdom at Disney, you will have seen that canopy so many times, especially from the People Mover on loads of YouTube videos. And obviously, you sometimes before the previews, etc., it was lit. But the canopy itself looks fantastic in the day and stunning in the night.
Yeah, people have been saying about, is it better to ride it in the day? Is it better to ride it in the night? Do you know what? I don't think it makes any difference. We did both because it was light when we got there and it was dark when we left.
Yeah.
So we were very fortunate that we got to do both. I don't think it makes that much difference. Yes, the canopy lights, you can see them better. But are you really watching the canopy when you're going around on the ride? And once you're in the inside bit, it doesn't matter. It's all dark anyway.
Because the canopy tracks, right, the outside canopy tracks right at the beginning, isn't it?
Yes.
And goes pretty damn quick.
You launch and you're outside.
Yeah. So, and like you say, that launch of 60 miles an hour doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be looking round, does it?
No, and I didn't. And there are like hexagons that, again, if you're sitting further back, you will see them. If you're sitting at the front, you won't. There are hexagons that follow you as you're going around the outside. You can still see them in the day.
Yeah.
They're just not as obvious. But if you want to, I would say, if you can only ride it in the day, then ride it in the day. You can always go up at night and look at the canopy and take your photos and whatever else at that, because you can see all of the canopy.
So I've got to ask, I'm asking one of the viewers, Rand's Adventure, have you actually been on Tron yet? Because they've just put the canopy is amazing.
Yeah.
And that they've seen the canopy in 2019, etc.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the canopy lit up is more of a spectacle for people as you come to it, isn't it? Rather than
it is
on the
absolutely
ride.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning, the canopy.
So you did Tron.
Yeah.
And you kind of...
Oh, and just to say as well that it's a good spot to watch the fireworks. That is my only thing. If you could time it right, so that you could be on Tron as the fireworks are going off, what a ride that would be.
Because I've seen your...
We were just coming out as the fireworks were going off, and it was like peak viewing position to just watch the fireworks.
Yeah, so you just got to stay on, keep going around.
I mean, can you imagine going around that with like happily ever after going off? That would just be immense. But your chances of timing that, it's just down to luck. Yeah,
it certainly is. So that's Tron.
Tron is amazing. If you're going to Disney, you have to ride Tron.
Excellent. And
at the moment, it's a virtual queue. Yes, it's a virtual queue.
Virtual queue, yeah.
So virtual
queue. It's not open, is it? It's soft open at the moment.
It's soft opening at the minute. It opens officially on April the 4th.
Okay, so not long.
You have to enter a virtual queue. There is no standby line. You cannot queue for it.
Yeah.
So virtual queue opens at 7 a.m. in the morning and 1 p.m. in the afternoon. If you are staying in a deluxe Disney hotel, there is a third opening on evening extra magic hours at 6 p.m.
Right, so go through that again then.
So 7 a.m.
Yeah.
1 p.m.
Yeah.
And if you're a Disney Deluxe Resort guest, on evening extra magic hours, there is a third one at 6 p.m.
And this is when you go on and can book, isn't it? 7, 1, and 6.
If you get into the 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. one, that's it for the day. You cannot have the 7 a.m. and the 1 p.m. But you can have the 7 a.m. and the 6 p.m. or the 1 p.m. and the 6 p.m. You can also buy at an additional upcharge. This is the individual lightning lane passes. You can buy the individual lightning lane for Tron. Prices are variable. I imagine they're going to be at the higher end. I would be thinking they would be at least $20 per person.
Yeah.
But the individual lightning lane will allow you to book a time.
Okay.
So if you desperately want to ride it at night, it's individual lightning lane.
Fantastic.
Because that will guarantee you nighttime ride.
So Rand's Adventures, they've just said that they're going back in 2025.
Excellent.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So they put on there about Epic Universe, so that's Universal's new land, isn't it? And Days Adventures, they're going in 2030. So
Brilliant.
I mean, I just can't imagine.
I can't imagine what will be there then.
You're going to get there then, because there's so much happening. But Epic Universe will be well open.
Will be epic.
It will.
Yeah.
I think everyone's looking forward to Epic Universe, aren't they?
Absolutely.
But both of them, it's obviously a couple of years away for 2025 and a few more for 2030, but well worth the wait.
Well worth the wait. I just wanted to show you as well. So with our ticket as well as the preview, we also got given some freebies. So we got a free Tron postcard, D23, and a magnet.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can see that. It says enter the grid. And also free bum bag.
Have you checked eBay for any of these?
No.
No.
free bum bag. So I'm all about the freebies. Give me the swag.
Listen, Dave's Adventures, yeah, it's absolutely cost a fortune, mate.
Yeah.
On there.
What was that? Sorry.
He's just saying at the moment, obviously, they're looking to save up, etc.
Yeah.
It does cost a fortune.
It does.
And if you're fortunate enough to get there, I won't say lucky, because if you've gone and saved and you put it away and whatever, great, well done.
Yeah.
If you get the chance to go, fantastic, because it is an amazing place to go.
And I would say if you're saving for a while to go, then wait until everything is open.
Yes.
There will always be something new open. There will always be something
They're
new
always
open.
changing stuff, aren't they? Both Universal and
Yeah,
Disney.
I mean, by 2030, there'll probably be an entire Zootopia land in Animal Kingdom, and maybe even a villain's land. They keep hinting at it.
They do,
They keep hinting.
So that was Tron.
Yeah.
But obviously that was from 5 o'clock at night. So what did you do?
So we spent the day at the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. Which is not one we've been to before.
Okay, so
we've done the Arts Festival of the Arts. We've done the Food and Wine Festival. This is the Flower and Garden Festival, which is on till June the 5th.
So these are all the topiaries,
So
aren't they? I've never seen these. I know you've never seen them either, but I've never seen them.
Nope.
On there.
So each of the pavilions in World Showcase has their own selection of topiaries.
Yeah.
This is the UK pavilions.
Oh right, so these are all the UK.
Apart from Goofy.
Apart from Goofy. Yeah.
Goofy and Bambi.
Yeah.
The rest of the UK pavilions. And then what else have we got? You got like Tiana's in America because she's New Orleans.
Yeah.
Who else is on there? I can't see. Oh, Anna and Elsa obviously in Norway.
Yeah.
Caballeros in Mexico. The dragons in Japan.
Yeah.
They were dotted elsewhere in what used to be Future World as well.
Excellent stuff.
But it's great fun.
Yeah, and we've got a few more. So we've got Woody, etc.
Yeah, Figment. Bo Peep's up there in a close up because she got weird eyes.
Oh right.
She got very unsettling eyes.
So have you done a vlog of this festival?
Yeah.
Do you know I'm about to call it the Garden Festival?
That was in Stoke years ago.
He went around and we had the Garden Festival here in Stoke in 1986.
Yeah.
On there, and I did once go to the Garden Festival.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
No. So
I did speak to one of the gardeners, a couple of the gardeners who were going around and titivating the topiaries, and she was putting hair plugs into Dopey.
Yeah.
So she says they actually use bobby pins.
Yeah. That's what. Back to Dave's Adventures. You've just put in 2025. You're going to Oz. Make sure you vlog that, mate. Because we've never been to Oz, have we?
Nope.
It's somewhere that I'd love to go to at some point. But please make sure in 2025 you do as many vlogs as you can. Bang them on. So let's take a look at what we're missing. We're missing. Hi, Kaz.
Hi, Kaz.
How you doing?
Next one.
Yeah. Right, we're rocking now. We're rocking and rolling.
Oh, I didn't bring the sheet in. So this was another fun thing because Epcot's traditionally been seen as like the boring park. Not suitable, not kid friendly because they have the least amount of rides. They are rectifying this. Epcot has changed such a lot from when it first opened. Obviously, it's been open for 40 years now. It's celebrating its 40th this year.
Yeah.
But they do lots of things for children, and us being the big kids that we are, we did the egg hunt.
Yeah. So
you get given I've forgotten to bring it in, but you get given a card. And on the back of it is some stickers, and you go around the World Showcase pavilions, and you hunt for these eggs. And every time you find one, you stick the sticker on, and you hand the card back in, and you get a little prize.
Excellent stuff.
Which I've given to Evie, so again, I can't show you.
Has she been taking it with her?
She's taking it with her, yes.
Right,
so you don't even have to complete the card.
Yeah.
You just have to hand it back in. I'll be honest, we didn't find Mexico's. We never found Mexico's. So
right. Okay. What did you do? Just put your thumb over the card where the sticker
We'd only got one sticker left, so we just went, it's that one.
Oh, right.
But you don't have to complete it. So it's just another fun thing for kids to do
whilst
mum and dad are drinking their way around the world.
Yes, which actually is what you and Evie did along with the Easter egg as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We multitasked.
Well, you trying it all out, weren't you?
We're only there for a short time, so we multitasked.
Yeah, trying it all out. Hi, buddy. Right, so this is now.
This is still the Flower and Garden Festival.
But this is now really more interesting to me. Food.
Yeah, so at each festival they do a selection of outdoor booths. selling various different food and drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
We wanted to do a lot here, but we ran out of time. We had to get over to Tron, and we couldn't do as much as we wanted. So this is just a selection of some of the things that we do. Now, in the latest Alton Towers vlog that I've done,
Yeah.
I went to Burger Kitchen.
Yeah.
And I had a rant.
Yeah.
Because the food is awful.
Yes.
Theme park food does not need to be awful.
Burger Kitchen, I know we've gone to Alton Towers now, but Burger Kitchen used to be okay, didn't it?
It was awful.
But now it's awful.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And theme park food does not have to be
No.
awful. How many more millions do Disney feed every single day?
Yeah.
And I know this is a special occasion,
But
and not everything that they did there was nice.
Yeah.
But I could show you examples from many different Disney parks where their food is good. It's not just good; it's excellent.
And I mean, the Alton Towers thing is a shame because that's gone down, hasn't it, from where it was last year?
Yeah.
Because Burger Kitchen used to be okay.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, rant over.
So who's
So
little
got,
dude, by the way?
Cinnamon cream cheese bites.
Where are they?
I think they're on the top left.
Oh right, yeah, I can see them now.
They were average. They were just a bit donutty.
Yeah.
The next photo with the watermelon was watermelon and blueberry salad.
Do you know what?
With balsamic vinegar
Do you
and
know what?
arugula. And
I
do you know
bet that was
what?
quite refreshing.
It was, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really, really
I
nice.
bet that was quite refreshing.
And then also next to that is the strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Which looks nicer than it was. It was okay.
That strawberry shortcake, I just want to eat, but I'll probably eat that in one mouthful.
Yeah, it was cream and strawberries and like a very savoury scone.
That's the only disappointment.
Yeah.
But I'd eat it.
This little dude came home with me.
Yeah.
I'll leave him in there. This is the orange bird.
Yeah.
Now, the orange bird was used by Walt Disney World when they opened in 1971. He was an advertising campaign. He was in connection with the Citrus Growers Association. So he was their mascot.
Yeah.
He's come back into vogue in recent years. I love little orange bird. So he's a drinks cup.
He's a
drinks cup. He's a sipper.
Yeah.
So you could buy the orange bird with the creamsicle slushy.
Okay.
$15.
Yeah.
And the creamsicle slushy was amazing.
Was it good?
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So yeah, love him.
So
matches the ears.
I'm about to say, because obviously at the moment you are into orange bird,
I love
which is why I've got the ears, etc.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the sip is when you have a sipper and a drink, they don't actually put the drink in the sipper so that it's all dirty.
No, they asked me. They said, "Do you want the drink in the cup?" I went, "Absolutely not."
Yeah. Right, it's separate, isn't it? And that way you can keep that
The
clean.
food on the bottom, fruity.
The frushi.
The fruity.
Yeah.
This is fruit wrapped in a sweet rice.
Okay, yeah.
I forget what the coating on the outside is, but obviously it's supposed to simulate sushi.
Yes.
I don't like sushi because I don't really like raw fish.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be a nice alternative.
Was it?
No. No. It was very stodgy and...
The rice?
Yeah.
Which is unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, just no.
Yeah.
But the cocktail, you can see behind there, was a Nagori dragon sake cocktail.
Okay.
That was nice.
Yeah. It's like when you live chatted to me.
Yes.
I remember, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to rub it in that I'm still over in Stoke.
Yeah.
While you and
we're in Epcot.
Eventually we're in Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. You're welcome.
Excellent.
And then I just thought I'd just show you quickly what we used. So this little bracelet is a gift tag, gift card. So you can load this up with money. You can put anything from $10 to...
Go on, I'll put you on big screen.
Nice.
So.
You can put anything from $10 to $1,000 on this. Put it around your wrist. And then when you're going around the food booths, they just scan.
Okay.
Scan this. So we put $100 on.
Yeah.
And actually we ended up with quite a lot left over, but that was fine because you can just use it as a normal gift card in any of the Disney parks or resorts.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. But number one, it stops you fishing around for money.
Yeah.
Number two, it's so easy to spend money at the booths that
Well, at Disney, full stop,
Yeah.
or even at the booths.
This regulates my spending. So once you've spent it, it's gone.
It's a great way, that is, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
it's gone. There's no more.
Because obviously, if you go Disney, you've got the magic bands. You can use your phone.
It's too easy.
All too easy. Just
It's too
bang,
easy.
bang, bang. Before you know it, you think, oh dear, the rest of my spending money's gone.
And you know, you've had a drink. Too easy.
See, this is why I don't drink at Disney.
Yeah. So this regulates, and once the money has gone off this, it's gone. You get a printed receipt every time you buy something, and it tells you what your remaining balance is, so you know what it is.
Yeah.
And like I say, we didn't spend all ours. We spent it on the day after on food in Animal Kingdom. So
Rand's Adventures saying, is that just for the festival?
I think this is just for the festivals, but there is always a festival on.
So hold on, it's merchandise that you can buy at the festival themed, but you can use it anywhere in Disney.
Yeah, and at any time. So if I hadn't spent this, which there's nothing left on it now, I could take it back.
Yeah.
In a year and spend it.
So effectively,
it's a gift card. It's basically it's a gift card.
Yeah. So the actual physical item is probably a festival specific item.
Yes.
But it's just a gift card that can be used as and when at any point in Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can buy gift cards in Disney, but they are just the standard gift cards.
Yeah.
This one, they do different ones for the festivals. The wrist ones, I think, are just for the festivals.
Yeah.
But there's always like early on, it's Festival of the Arts. Then it moves on to Flower and Garden. Then it moves on to Food and Wine. Then it moves on to Festival of the Holidays. I think in the whole year, there's maybe put together, there's maybe 2 weeks where there isn't a festival going on.
Good old
You'd be very unfortunate not to get a festival when you're visiting.
So just in case, that is Orange Bird again, isn't it?
That's Orange Bird again.
Oh, let's have another look.
That's Orange Bird.
There you go. You see.
And you can pick up, again, for free, a little passport. They do these for all the festivals.
Yes, I haven't seen that one before, but I've seen the other ones.
Yeah, it tells you where everything is in there. It tells you where all the topiaries can be found. It also gives you the merch.
Good, of course.
And also tells you what food is on offer where, at what locations. Every country has the food.
Yeah.
So it tells you all that, so you can look and see what you want. There's also, they do like a special trail called, in this case it's called the Garden Grace, but they did one for the Festival Arts as well called something else, where you get a list of 5 items that you buy. The list on there is on there, on the 5 items. There's more than 5 items there. For every one of those you buy, you get a stamp.
Yeah.
If you get 5 stamps, you hand this in. Tells you where to hand it in. I can't think where you hand it in. Tells you where to hand it in.
But what do you get when you hand it in?
Pineapple Promenade.
Right.
So when you hand it in, you get a free gift.
Yeah.
Now, for both Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden Festival, it's been a Dole Whip in a little commemorative glass.
Okay, so it's
really cute.
And it's the commemorative glass, isn't it, that year?
Yeah.
That people.
Yeah. We didn't do it because...
I did notice they were blank.
Yeah, we didn't buy any because we didn't really fancy the foods that were on offer. And this time it's been a plant-based offering. Which is not, there's nothing wrong with plant-based foods. I do like quite a few of the plant-based foods, but there wasn't 5 things on there that I thought I would definitely want.
Yeah.
The little glass was cute though.
Excellent stuff.
And then for anybody that's interested in pins, these are the pins that I got. They're specific to the Flower and Garden. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Flower and Garden. So again, little Orange Bird and a Figment one.
Cool. And that's it.
And that's it.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's
so
fantastic.
I would advise Tron. I would recommend Tron. Definitely, absolute must do. If you're there when there's a festival on, which you probably will be, then I would advise going to the festival because there is always something to do. There is always something to see. There's bands, live bands that don't cost anything to go and watch.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Excellent stuff.
Get
so in 2025 and 2030, you will have a fantastic time.
Brilliant.
You really will.
Yeah, and Epcot will be done with all its construction by then.
Right.
It's all boarded up at the minute.
Yeah.
So it will look beautiful.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Right, that brings us to the end of this one.
Yeah, thank you all for watching.
Thank you everybody for watching and for all the comments, etc., for getting involved with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And are we back next week?
We are back next week.
We are back next week, doing the usual
news roundup. Bringing you the news from Disney parks around the world.
And sometimes Universal.
And sometimes Universal.
And then sometimes we flip towers in just because we say, what about this?
Yeah, sometimes.
But mainly Disney Universal.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
So thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your weekends. We will see you soon and keep on tracking.
Hey, I was wondering if you're going to get there. Then I just thought you get it on the "we will see you soon" and you're leaving me hanging. It's like, no. Keep on tracking, everybody.
Bye.
And now we have to keep waving because we do the end broadcast and we have no idea when this ends. So we'll wave.